What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. What up? What up? What up? Man, what's up, everybody? Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this thing popping. TD and Zoe should be on tonight. And got a lot that we want to talk about tonight. Great day of interviews today. Just got done doing Tiger Talk recruiting interviews. Those should be out soon. Man, we've been working, man. We've been working. We've been working. So shout out to D, Corey C, TD, all that good stuff. Got a couple of commitments tonight. Birdman hands, and but we're gonna wait until they make their own commitments and their own announcements. Got some big time announcements coming. That's all I'm gonna say. We working. I put out a tweet just a second ago, man, saying, Tiger Talk is a trendsetter. And we're gonna keep applying pressure, as the young folks say. I can tell y'all right now, I know I say this all the time, but this will not be a long show. I'm going home. I'm at home, but I'm done working for the week doing this, and I'm heading out. So I'm gonna be on the first train smoking in the morning. You know what I mean? And what's up, Ray? What's up, Ray? Ray, what's good, baby? Yeah, man, I'm out just joining them early. So I'll drop the link in a second, brother. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait till I drop the link. Let me get through what I got to get through first, and then you can come up whenever we open it up. But yeah, man, been working. The coaches I want to just give a huge shout out to our head. I mean, not just our head coach, but our coaches, man. They have been doing a phenomenal job, man, of recruiting. And they have been, I think Friday we're going to do if the commitments that I think are going to happen between now and Friday happen, we're going to probably do a kind of a soft line, top line. A top line recruiting show where we'll kind of give a really good overview as we get prepared for National Signing Day, National Early Signing Day. And I know Coach O said it wasn't going to be, it might be a light class, but I don't see this happening, man. I see us, man, we loading up, man. I can just tell you that right now. We had 6 interviews today. Of those 6, I'm just trying to think. Just think we got a really good chance, man, with all of them, actually. I really do. I really, really, really do. Man. So sky's the limit. They're doing a really good job of filling out our roster. And I just think you guys are going to be happy. Got another commitment today that was announced. And it's just been a good day for us, man. I love it, man. I'm taking my time with it. I ain't in no hurry. And just kind of trying to process everything. I literally just got done. I got in and got situated, and now I'm sitting in front of you right now. But we got a really big-time commitment today. Former 3-star defensive line Joshua Nobles committed from Western Michigan. Recorded 23 tackles, 3.5 sacks while at Western Michigan out of high school. Coming out of New Jersey. He was a 3-star kid. So edge rushing support. We definitely wanted to add some edge rushers. We got a couple of more kids that we've hosted, as well as our recruiting that we hope to get offers from. So yeah, man. So it's been a good day for us, man. It's been a really good week, actually. I mean, we've telling y'all, man. We got a huge commitment this morning. 3-star athlete, Travis Terrell Jr. at Creekside High. They played in the championship game, state championship game tonight. His teammate is Bam Williams. He actually he was already committed to us, and got another young man, an edge rusher that we're recruiting. So may pull a trifecta. We got to see. We're waiting to get that commitment, but we got some offers out there. That we the coaches are in the wee hours of the ninth hour trying to reel in. I think this is the last weekend for official visits, and we working, man. They working their butts off, man. So expect to have the coaches are at work, man. And then two, we got another interview coming down the pipe. Jashelle Mitchell, Chief of Staff, Assistant Athletic Director of Football Operations, sat down with myself and D. Corey C today. Phenomenal interview, man. When that interview drops, please, please, please go check that interview out. It's going to be about 45, 50 minutes long, man. And I'm telling you, man, that I've been talking to Jashelle for quite some time. I can tell you right now, I learned a lot about her today that I did not know. I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, we have a rock star as a chief of staff and assistant AD football operations in Jashelle. So what's up, ASVP? TD, what's good, man? I was just telling them, bro, we've been working, man.
Yeah, man, life, man.
We're doing our thing, man.
Yeah, I heard you speaking on Jashelle, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the interview. I read a little bios on her one time. I mean, I think she got an award for something a few months ago, and she posted it on IG.
Yeah, she's like I think top 40. I think women's top 40 under 40 award, something to that effect. But I can assure you, man, that I'm just going through these photos just to make sure I counted the number of interviews we did tonight. Okay, that's who I was forgetting. You were in the room. I know you can greet the people, man. What's your thoughts tonight without giving away too much? Just your overall thoughts of how you feel about our chances of landing talent that we had a chance to speak with tonight.
First of all, good evening, everyone. Tiger Nation, it's good to be with you guys again. It's always a blessing, man. It's always a blessing. Yep. Shout out to ASVP. I know they got a lot of work going down the pipe for him coming along. We want him to work because if we have no recruits and nobody coming in, and he has no work. So Austin, get busy, baby. Stop. Ash shot all the rest of them behind James, man. Let's go. But to answer your question, Ken, first of all, what I had I don't have, hats off to the coaching staff. I have a newfound respect for them. I have a newfound respect for coaching and their families. Because you talking about a labor of love, something that you want to do, you have to because you're constantly on the grind. And one thing I can say about this coaching staff this year, they've been on the grind. Mm-hmm. And, we all talked about different things that we saw on the football field. And apparently our eyes wasn't the only one that, that saw those things. So the person that mattered acknowledged those things and he's addressing those issues. So hats off to Coach Taylor and what he and his staff doing. Much respect for them. Also, as far as the guys that came in tonight, I've been impressed. I'm still a fields guy at the end of the day. I got to see him. On the field. But far as conversation, far as size, man, those guys are coming in here. They loving Jackson from the beginning. We couldn't stop one guy from eating so low. I hope the budget is good for him.
Gonna feed him good, man.
Woo, that boy was eating. He was like, man, hey, he was kind of like radio, man. Where my cheese at? Like,
he actually committed on live, man, and not live, but during the show, I was interviewing him, and we're not gonna say who, but he announced that he had committed, and we celebrated that for a brief moment. Go ahead.
Right, yeah, man. He had about 3-4 offensive line. They look good, man.
Three more, TD. Three more.
Yeah, three more. 3 more offensive line, man. And Man, I'm telling you, I'm impressed with the size of these guys. I'm impressed with the conversation because all of them speak very well, like, very educated, So that was impressive as well. So the coaches are hyped about them. We had some skill players in the room. They came in and did their thing. One of them was 4-star.
Yeah, we hosted 4-star Kobe Borkin. He announced that. They announced that as well. He let it be known. I think he's here today and tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Tiger fan, we have something to be excited about, but let's keep our composure. Let the coaches and the players continue to do what they do. Go out and show if you're on social media like that, go out there and show the love that you to the players and support them, man. Watch the interviews on Tiger Talk, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, watch it again, tell a friend, because it's all for the cause.
You got it down, bro. No, it's been we've been grinding, bro.
Yeah, man.
I gotta be honest with you, man.
Go ahead.
I'm tired, bro.
Hey, man.
I look forward to taking off and just, you know what I'm saying? Just it's been a labor of love. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but we knew we would do this because of the recruiting season. And I'm excited for next week, for National Signing Day. And we'll see what we're gonna do on that day. We got we got a couple of potential, live commitments, man. We may get it. We offer that service for those student athletes that want to take advantage of Tiger Talk, and if they want to come on and do the live, we definitely love to have them. You know what I mean? What it do, KT Dub? So yeah, man.
What up, Dub? Hey, man, you said that you was tired.
What I mean is,
the first thing to healing, man, is to admit what it is, and the fact that you said that, you have a right to be, bro. I mean, I have much respect for your flying game, because man, you be moving, so you gotta love, man. So much respect to you, and I see why Tiger Nation, you're respected the way that you are, for the most part around and about, and people mess with you the way that they do, man. And if they only, I think most of them have an idea on how you move around, the things that you do. The kids love you, the coaches love you and respect you. So, but you just keep doing your thing. It's not going to be easy all the time, but we got to do it.
Well, you have your moments. You have your moments. And some moments are busier than others. This is a busy time, bro. Like, and then too, TD, it's fun. It is definitely fun, without question. So I am by no means am I complaining, right? Here's what I would say. Tiger Talk is just starting to take off, bro. I have a big vision for Tiger Talk. I always have. Shout out to D-Core C for allowing me to put some stank on it every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a partnership, and the look, we changed the look, you know what I mean, to clean it up a little bit, make it a little bit more cleaner. And then two, somebody's gonna sponsor Tiger Talk, man. I'm talking about a big sponsor. I believe that, because the work that we're gonna do going forward, 2024 is gonna be good for Tiger Talk. I'm not even just talking about KC-1400 Media. Like, we got multiple things we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We're in a different lane over here. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. Two things can be true at the same time. KC-1400 Media is not Tiger Talk, even though I'm part of both of them. You know what I'm saying? You're part of both of them, whether you like it or not. You in that thing, big dog. Ain't no turning back now, baby.
I got to get my credentials, man. I got to get the.
You know, baby. Hey, man, you went to all 11 just like I went to all 11. You 11 for 11. You know what I'm saying? But no,
hey, man, But you know the thing with that, when you said that, it made me think about Tiger Nation, man. The fans, every athlete that walked in there that has dropped anything dealing with Jackson State has received mad love.
That
I
is a
mean,
fact.
and when the players come in, I mean, they make mention of that. So that's why I say, man, when y'all go out
Yes.
there, man, support those kids. If you ain't got nothing good to say, you know, say just keep it to yourself. If someone leave, let it be. I mean, we'll, you know, continue to rock. Let's not just put a bad name out there, because once you go out there and reach out to say something negative toward one kid, so another student and athlete is watching. So let's be positive, man, because we're gonna ride, baby. We're
And
gonna
I'm
ride.
telling you, man. And look, and then too, to even add to context to that, TD, like the kids, sometimes, man, they don't even be knowing. Like they like, wait a minute, I gotta have I'm interviewing with who? Like what? And they come in, we like, come on in, baby. You know what I'm saying? We got you. I'm just telling you, man, like for like shout out to Coach O. Because I want to give Coach O some love, man. Like, man, I remember TD, I'm not BSing, bro.
Don't.
I remember, no, for real.
I know.
I'm in Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2020. Yep, this 220. This 220 before 2020 before I go to Cali. I remember having a phone call with Coach O. And Coach O talked about, and Coach O know what I'm talking about if he's watching. He always talked about the vision he had as far as like for this is even before the previous head coach. I think the previous head coach before he became our head coach, before it was announced. I'm positive of that because when that was announced, TD, I was actually just getting ready to leave. So I know it was before that. He was talking about, just how we could use like his vision for Tiger Talk and how we could use it. And at that point, we was just audio, bro. It wasn't no video, nothing. It was straight audio. We would drop a link. We were talking. There was no faces, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until we hey man, we started doing Spotify video. You know what I mean? And then we kind of navigated, and finally we got on YouTube where we had to do it. And then now it looks like we never had not done it. But he basically was talking about how we could incorporate Tiger Talk, and man, and it's so crazy that I go back to that, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like you go all the way back to it, and now it's like, damn, look at how far we've come, and now we're in it. So once we got there, it was one of them things where it was like, okay, now you got to get the aesthetics right. You got to get the look right. You know what I mean? Branding is everything. You know what I'm saying? Then we had some sound issues along the way. So for me, it's like knowing how to brand, knowing how to build a brand, knowing how to appeal to the eyes and of those that are supporting you. Hey man, when you start tapping into that space of it, TD, and now he comes along and says, "Hey man, you putting Tiger Talk on the schedule, the recruiting schedule for the itinerary for recruits coming in. It's huge, man. It's a major opportunity for Tiger Talk. And like I said, I just wanted to give some context as to how we got to that space. And so what that means is this: we got an opportunity. You take it or you leave it. You either make it happen or you can't make it happen. And one thing both Corey and I both said, I was like, hell no, we coming. So that's where the pull, even though it's a lot, even though it was a bit much weekend after weekend after weekend, this is a twice a year thing for the most part. You know what I mean? So that's all,
And let me add on to that, man. And we still have a ton of room to grow. I mean, we study talking about microphones, and we started getting the lighting right. We're starting to gel on how things need to go. And I mind you, Ken, we still hadn't made a year in doing this, man. So there's a lot going on with that as far as and again, it's all of us, the fans included. I mean, for those who support, whatever way you can. I mean, no one comes on begging and anything like that. But even the bigger school, as you would call them, the Power 5 schools or whatever, they have different things in place where they do to support their 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 AV room and their athletes, you know. So we have to continue to work, pull together, and let no school, no man, no talk divide us. You know, let's not get in the way. No big eyes and little U's and stuff like that, man. We got to continue to work together as a team, as a nation, to pull things together, and let's stop. For a large part, let's, you know, on this end, let's not be concerned of what no one else is not doing for us.
Yeah, we got to do our part. We got to do our part, and we will. We will. We was talking about it in our chat, you know, NIL discussion today. Other universities using, getting creative with how they do what they do, and we just got to make it happen, man. A lot of what we're doing right now, y'all, is just this is all in the infant stage. We're building right now. We're laying a foundation, and we're building. So that's what it takes. You know what I mean? I like to think that this whole experience has enhanced these young men, their experience with the Jackson State recruiting weekend and official visits, man. That's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Not only are you staying at great hotels and you're eating great, and you just the whole process from the time they pick them up until the time they drop them back off has just been just a phenomenal display of love and just as one of the recruits said today, he said, "I feel like I'm wanted. Like I know that you guys want me because of just the impression that he had with himself and his mom and them and that." He's like, man, it's different. The love is different. You know,
hey King, you know something that I need to do? I need to do better research. I need to bring myself up to
I
be
told
enlightened
you gotta get
about.
on Twitter, man. I'm gonna get you a Twitter page.
Nah, I ain't even talking about that,
I'm
man.
messing with you. We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it. We're just gonna call it golden fish, man. That's all.
Hey, hey, you know what, man? I had to tell.
Only reason I didn't mean to cut you. I want you to finish. Don't go away because I did cut you off. But I do want you to know that there's a lot of information on Twitter. You'll get there one day, and I'm not pressuring you to do that. You'll get there one day because whatever you don't have, we make up the slack for it. But we will be preparing for a lot of different topics. One thing was going to happen, TD, in 2024. These shows are not going to be 3 hours long unless we necessarily have to. We're going to shorten them down to about 2 hours at max, and then we're going to have segments. So just something to keep in mind. But go ahead.
Right. Shonda Johnson, hey, we appreciate that. And yeah, man, I'm gonna get there, man. KT Dub mentioned something to me the other morning, you know, so you know, I get there. I guess it's just like I did when I finally broke down to get an IG account, and I started playing with it for a little while. Next thing I know, it was to the side too. But for these calls, if I'm going to be involved like this, then I need to dive in. But what I was about to say, oh yeah, it's going to be golden fish, bro, Joe. I had to tell the golden fish story today, but let me get back to my point. The point I was about to make, man, I need to get with Visit Jackson, and I need to learn the ins and out of Jackson and what's really going on, so we can start relaying some of these things to the recruits, man, because the ones that I talked to when they was coming in tonight, man, they was very excited about Jackson. They was talking about the food. They was talking about, you know, how they enjoying themselves, how they like the culture, how they like the atmosphere, and everything about it, man. They like the people. They said they really love the people so that they encounter. So, you know, anybody can show you one thing for, you know, if at first, and then show you another thing another time. But man, one thing I can say about us, what you see is what you get. We's genuine, Jacktown for real, metro area, period.
Right.
You know, so yeah, man, I need to learn about more restaurants and what's going on more so we can use those advertisement as well, you know, when we conversing.
Yeah,
So
that's a great idea. One thing I do want to say though, Visit Jackson is an official sponsor for JSU athletics. So trust me when I tell you, the coaches are definitely being fed information that is applicable to the going zones of like what they need and when they need to navigate and all that good stuff. So we've even had some conversations in regards to just updating, getting some information and being able to share that information as well. And then Austin just said he got some already cooking with them as well. So so it's a lot going on in that area. Trust me when I tell you.
Is it fish?
I would just say the greatest thing with them is just the information and the resources. A lot of the information is there, TD. Many of us not even aware of what we got in our own town that's available to us. So that's the beauty of it. And that's why we wanted to, try to partner as well. So in whatever capacity. But yeah, man.
Hey, Austin, look at Austin. Austin heard that, man. Then nobody else hear, but Austin did. He said he got something quick with them. I asked him, was it fish? He said,
no, I heard
it. Hey, but you know what, man? Well, you said that right, man, because there's a lot of little KC-1400 and I ran up on a nice Jamaican spot, man. I mean, it's a lot of little spots around, man, that we got to start supporting locally. We got to.
Oh yeah, man. Without question, Lakers win. Good deal. So yeah, man. I'll pause on us for right now. We'll answer any questions if you guys have any. It says, but isn't it that there? Isn't it that is it? What do you say? But isn't that their fault that citizens don't know? No, I don't. No, it's not their fault. The citizens don't know. I don't know. Is that sarcasm or is that a real question? I don't know what you're talking about. TD, if it fails, oh, it's KFC. Just hold on. Yeah, tell him again, TD. Tell him again, KT Dub. Just hang tight. I see a lot of people talking in the chat about. Must have been some conversations on a different segment or something. I'm not really aware of. So, but no, man, a lot of chatter around the conference, man. There was information out there about the potential. Fred McNair, Alcorn head coach, could potentially be heading to Texas Southern, man. Man, I'm gonna let y'all come up and talk about that for those that got information on that. Blue, I know Timona had a nice show going on, but man, that's something, man. I ain't gonna say that I kind of already knew something like that was gonna happen, but somebody that was in the know basically said it and said that was a strong possibility. So, I'm talking about Visa Jackson organization, the job to promote the city. Yes, that is what they do. I'm still not I know that's what you're talking about, Jay. I don't understand like what exactly are you trying to say? Like that's what they do.
And, I guess he responded pertaining to me saying I need to do more research and looking into exactly what. But I refer to the restaurant, entertainment, poetry, anything that may be going on, because y'all have to understand. I mean, I'm not really an out night type person. I mean, I gonna keep it simple with you. I'm work, church, gym, I'm saying, a movie or sports or something like that, man. But that's about it. But there are some nice little spots around that, that I would like to know about and find out about. So like I said, I hold on.
Oh, I see what you mean. That's what you mean. Okay, he was basically addressing you. Okay, that makes sense. No. Yeah, that's what they do. The resources are there. Absolutely. And it's not just for tourists, it's also for us to know. You know what I mean? That those resources are there, they're available. But yeah, man, somebody asked a question about my thoughts on I mean, it's Fred McNair is Alcorn, I would just say this to Alcorn. If you didn't learn nothing from Jackson State, be very careful from letting go of winning head coaches. Be very careful. We did that, and we sent our program into the dungeons of hell for about 7 straight years. So it was perfect torment. 7 is perfection. And thank goodness, what I'm saying, we had a nice little, I guess you could say, resurrection of our program with the partnership of our previous head coach to get us kind of some microwave success and got us up and rolling. But from what we last heard was, I think somebody stated that Alcorn was saying that they were meeting with the department, with the athletic department. But it was reports, HBCU Sports reported it, Blue reported it. I want to say some of the other publications have reported that it was sources were saying that Fred McNair was going to be heading over to Texas Southern, and I just thought that was. Let's see. There go Herb again. What's up, big dog? I said food here different. Johnny T's, and I got something going. Move forward. I need him in South Carolina. And we'll come back to that.
Hey, one person already tried to take it, Herb.
Absolutely. Okay, he says it's a toss-up right now between McNair and Chris Dishman. I don't even know who Chris Dishman is.
Did he play corner for Houston Oilers?
No. I don't know. I don't know. But no, from what that could be true. I was just saying that I don't know. I just know that was what was being reported today. I will say this though. Fred McNair leaving Alcorn to go to Texas Southern is a huge blow to Alcorn. Yes, they can go hire a new coach. Yes, they can. And but man, you gotta this late in the game to lose your head coach to go, okay, play for the Oilers. Okay, yeah, cool. My point is he coaching right now? Is Chris Dishman coaching, or is he just a former guy? Is he at a program coaching, or is he going to be a first-time head coach for Texas Southern? And that's something that I would also, okay, ex-coach at IMG. All right, cool. That's huge, man. If they could pull Fred McNair. Fred McNair is a winning head coach already in the SWAC. You give him, you put him over in the Houston area and allow him to recruit it will be huge, man, for Texas Southern. And it would be devastating for Alcorn, in my opinion, because now you got to go on the coaching search, TD. And that's going to put them behind the 8 ball with recruiting. Early signing day is next Wednesday. If they so happen to lose their head coach, now you got to turn around and try to hurry up and get a coach hired. And then not to mention you can name an interim so you can keep you still got your recruiting guys going. But what does that do for the portal? What does that do for the amount of somebody said it was a done deal. He was hired yesterday. Hey, that's tough, man. And this is my point though. This is my point. I'm gonna use Dawson Odom as an example. And I know that Southern has named a head coach. They're gonna keep the interim and make him the head coach, CD. But they fired Dooley and they hired one of his assistants. But that tells me that wasn't his guy. That wasn't their guy. I don't care what they say. It wasn't their guy. They were going all in on Chennis Berry. We even heard rumors of that. Okay. And trust me when I tell you, man, I get it. There's nothing wrong with trying to do better. There's nothing wrong with trying to elevate. Nothing wrong with it, bro. But just make sure you have a plan. I'm not going to go and throw it's just like it seems like some of these schools are almost like how some of these students are using the portal. TD, they jump in the portal, they give up something that they have in their hand, hoping for something better, and then they jump out there and they don't have anything. So the smart thing that Southern did was instead of fighting with trying to go on this hunt, TD, they saved face and just hired who was in place. He won the Bayou Classic, and if the players rally behind him and the staff and the administration get behind him, then so be it. You got to roll with it, right? But at the end of the day, you're still coming out paying a whole lot of money to buy out a coach and not go get your guy. My point in saying that was this: Odom walked away. What has Southern done? You know what I'm saying? And I know Odom won a championship in 2013, but he was very competitive and he got to the SWAC championship a couple times, TD.
True.
He lost to Alcorn, and they didn't renew him. He went to Norfolk State or whatever. But my point is, when an athletic administration goes sour or goes stale on a coach, and they make their mind that they want to go in a different direction, but that coach is a winner, just have a plan, because Jackson State didn't have a plan. I'm not going to talk about them because this is Jack State Sports Chat. But I'm telling y'all, these old personal vendettas, these old, I don't like him like that, would lead your program to holy football hell. Do you hear what I'm telling you? And if y'all don't know, I'm telling y'all, Jackson State suffered, man. TD, we went from catching the touchdown with 1 foot in and 1 foot out to being to absolute football oblivion for the next 7 years until Deion Sanders showed up. Those are the facts. 2013 to 2020 was dismal, bro. It was dismal. And we did it to ourselves. We did that to ourselves. And I thought, because, you know, Alcorn wasn't on, what it had been 20 years since they had won a championship. And when we went to the toilet, TD, they elevated. They got the chip with Hobson leaves, goes to USM. Fred McNair takes over and they get on a roll. Man, they get on a roll, man. Right? And we felt like we assisted with that.
I can. If I care to speak on that a little, which I don't know the situation, I wasn't in the room. I can count the time I've been to Alcorn, you know, on my hands. So, but Emmy made a statement saying SWAC school ain't impatient. You can't. I wouldn't say that. I would say football period is impatient from the NFL almost to high school. Is when now, or what have you done for me lately? That's the type of world that coaching in football period is. Yeah. You know, you coach Little League football, you got the parents wanting to get rid of. I'm putting my child on another team because he don't know what he's doing. You know, so they're just a game period. But there have been rumors dealing with, I mean, where there administration and different people, or you know, that may have had personal, whatever the case may be, you know, going on with that, man. So
if you know what really happened with us, I can't go back to it because I don't want to get frustrated. I would just say we had a chance to hire Jerry Mack twice, and we didn't. Jerry Mack won 3 MEAC championships, TD, and he was the head coach with TC Taylor. And we chose to go in a different direction, not once, but twice. And I'm saying that tells you that you either have already made your mind made up or you don't have a plan.
Well, and yeah, so, I mean, that's what I was speaking on. I was speaking on the Alcorn situation where, you know, I've been hearing rumors that, you know, it was clashing, you know, going on down there. But hey, you know, that's that thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, bro. Listen, y'all do what they did. What's done is done. I really, deep down inside, I cannot be honest with y'all about something. I really don't give a damn about what y'all got going on at y'all school. But that's like, I'm being real though. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like some stuff is just a head scratcher. Like, wait a minute. All right, whatever.
Well, maybe they feel like
Texas Southern go. If Texas Southern hires Willie Simmons, Texas Southern hires Fred McNair, then Texas Southern pulled the ultimate Debo ever. They kicked your ass, then they took your coach. That's hard. That's tough, man.
So Ken, maybe, you know, when was the last time Alcorn was in the Celebration Bowl? It's been a few years, right?
Oh yeah, I want to say, was it 18?
Yeah.
All I know is I'm riding with my guy Fred. Where he goes, best wide receiver coaches. Hey man, listen, I'm just telling you, man. Hey, listen, Fred McNair a good coach, man. For real, like Fred McNair. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make it 2019. That's what I thought. 2019. Let me say this, TD. There are some of the best coaches in college football coaching in black college football.
Facts.
I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because anybody could coach if they got unlimited resources and they got 30 damn coaches and high dollar strength staffs, and that was just a money game, you know what I'm saying? But you got coaches out here that ain't really that good. I'm saying, TD, there are coaches that are getting paid top dollar at the Power 5 level that if you took them out of their situation and you put them in the SWAC, they struggle.
I mean, it's been proven. I mean, it's been shown by some coaches that had left those type of schools.
And some of them, that's why some of them coaches be like, "Nah, I can't do it," because they don't. That's why I said you doff your hat off to the coaches who have to struggle, and they excel within the struggle. That's why I was telling y'all that y'all gonna have a hard time trying to explain to me that these PWIs are hiring black coaches from HBCUs if Willie Simmons don't seriously get an opportunity after the success that he's had over the past 3 years. And all he has to do is win Saturday, and he pulls off a clean sweep and a Celebration Bowl victory. I'm sorry. So that's the hottest coach in the HBCU ranks right now. The other hottest coach was Chennis Berry, Benedict College.
So Ken, what if it's a situation, and again, what if the situation they feel is a young man game now? The game may have passed you by. You old school. You stuck in your ways.
In relation to who, though?
In relation to Coach McNair. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pull it on, trying to do something different, trying to bring some new energy, trying to bring some new energy, some new light.
Fred McNair ain't no Fred McNair ain't that old, bro. You got older coaches that's coming from other places that's getting opportunities. That's right, Blue. Trey Oliver for sure. For sure. The job he's done at North Carolina Central. I'm just telling you, like I said, he pissed his own self last year. We were talking about our previous coach. He was saying, "Look, hey, you can get me for a lot less, a lot cheaper. I beat him. I cut you a $3 million, you know." But anyway, my point is, man, however old you are, TD, I don't think it really matters. It just comes down to somebody really giving you. Yeah, be fresh. I know it was Pooh. I'm just saying that my point is, I just think there's a couple of things, man. There's a couple of things happened today. Fred, 55 years old. That ain't old. Plenty of career. Yeah, that's absolutely right. He plenty. I mean, if that's the case, you might well push Nick Saban out the door. But it's Nick Saban though. You know what I'm saying? Prime in his 50s. What are you talking about? Most of these coaches in their 50s.
I mean, but look at the devalue thing that you always speak of. Look who you talking about. Look at the name.
The reason why some of these black coaches are old because hell, they've been sitting around so long waiting on opportunities that just ain't coming. So they gotta get in where they fit in at, right? You know, Trey Oliver ain't 55 years old. Willie Simmons ain't 50. That I think of. I think Willie in his 40s. Trey Oliver in his 40s. TC Taylor in his 40s. I'm just naming a couple coaches that's hot right now. So if age is that thing, then you got the two. Can we agree that, you know, now the Howard coach got to do it consistently, but can we agree that two of the top HBCU coaches right now that they're in their 40s, so they should be coming for them, right?
Hey, Terrell, what you mean the game has changed? And that's, I think that he's probably saying what I'm alluding to. You know, maybe they're looking for high powers, you know, more light, more shine, more vigor. You know, I'm not saying that he wasn't giving them that. I'm
saying you can, everything that you're naming, TD, Trey Oliver, Willie Simmons, check the box on it. That's only one problem. And I think you know what that problem is. Their route is what every route's going to be. If you want to get to that next level. One of the best MEAC coaches is a running backs coach at Tennessee. He was an offensive coordinator at Rice. You know, I'm still waiting to see somebody come get an HBCU coach and make them a head coach. For real. But you know why I feel like they don't want to do it, TD? Some of these places don't want to do it because I think there might be some success from that. Maybe you get it at a different program. And I don't want to go down that road. It's a rabbit hole, man. We know what the obvious stuff is. I just don't feel like getting caught up in that. We know what it is. We know the world we live in. We know the politics and, you know, the discrimination based off of race and all that good stuff that comes into that. You can't force somebody to hire you. You just can't. If the AD or the administration or you know, an alumni base don't want it. That's not to say that, you know, black coaches don't get jobs at the Power 5 ranks, but you're almost gonna have to. You just gotta. It's like luck, man. Luck is definition is when preparation meets opportunity. You always got to get lucky in this shit. You know what I mean? You got to be at the right place at the right time, and somebody got to like you. That got the power to make you that. And I just would like to see that. That's all I'm saying. I would love to see that. And I want to turn my attention to something else because I'm pretty sure I know you're not on Twitter, and I don't know if you saw it on IG or Facebook. You probably didn't, but a lot of people was ranting and raving today about the comments that were made by the I think it was a coach from Alabama A&M. He was basically pitching to recruits to come and get developed from their program, saying, we're going to get you prepared. He was saying, like, a lot of these Power 5 programs are picking talent from the HBCU, FCS, Group of 5, basically the HBCU level. And what he was saying is, come and let us develop you, and you could be the next one to come get taken from our program.
Didn't they already lose a receiver like that? They
did, but it was kind of it was hard for a lot of people to digest the reality of what he was saying. So a lot of people made us think about it today. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm advertising my 4-year program to come play for us, basically a feeder program. There you go. Come play for us for a couple of years, basically saying that we're going to take the JUCO approach. Be with us for a couple of years, let us develop you, and then you can hit the portal and go to wherever you're trying to go. I understand the approach. You know what I'm saying? However, I can't say that I'm not going to advertise that to recruits. Even if I tell them that, I ain't putting that shit out on public. So what I'm saying is this right here. I'm gonna go to Dre. I'm gonna holler. Shout out to Dre, because Dre always give me a good stuff, man. I'm gonna go to Dre, and you don't know who Dre is because you don't have a Twitter account, but I'll help you out with Dre. Dre, you know. So I just want to put something out there that he said, and he did the statistics on it, so I don't have to really. I'm gonna give you the numbers real quick, TD. So he said 1,941 players transferred from FBS to FCS. Only 774 players transferred from FCS to FBS. So you're talking about almost less than half. You know what I mean? Players that fits within that whatchamacallit. And then here's the other thing that you're not factoring in when you sell your program in that regard. TD, there's a lot of players you can pull in from the portal that have already gone FBS. You get what I'm saying? Then you have some high schoolers that will start with you and they'll stay with you 4 years. You get what I'm saying? And there's some that you can grab from the JUCO ranks that'll stay with you from the whole. I think what he said was what we all see is happening with the smaller schools. But it's very uncomfortable for us. You don't have, it's like two things can be true at the same time, bro. Like just because I know that the game is changing in front of us from a college football and business standpoint with NIL, with this second transfer waiver shit that just got ruled, a 14-day restraining order today. There's a lot of things changing around us. But guess what's happening, TD? Our coaches are recruiting their butts off. And we're getting commitments from kids that want to be there. You can still build your program. And this is what I thought about when I saw that. I was like, well, hell, I ain't never heard no D2 coach come out there and be like, hey, man, come play for us so you can go D1. Man, you got some D2s out there that would kick some SWAC teams' butt, man. And those kids stay there. I tell anybody, go look at Delta State. Well, Patrick Shegog just won the Connolly Trophy. And that young man was one of the best quarterbacks in the state. Let me ask you this. Why didn't nobody go and poach Patrick Shegog from the SWAC and try to get him to leave Delta State and come to a D1 SWAC school? because he was damn sure better than half the damn SWAC quarterbacks. So I think we can say that, but it's like, dude, there's no way in the hell I'm finna sell. I'm not selling out like that. I'm not selling my even you gonna have to come take them. That's my mentality. If you can get them, come take them. We come from that world. That's my I ain't gonna say it. If you want to, come take her. And if you can take her, take her. Right. But guess what I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna go get me another one. But I'm not gonna go out there and be like, hey man, come stay with me for a couple years, baby. I'm gonna get you ready for the next person to come in and take you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that happens, then cool.
And then even with that said, even with that being said, Ken, I ain't going out without a fight, depending on the situation and what we're dealing with. But I mean, I don't like the statement because if you remember, I think the guy from the coach from PV said the same thing months ago. You know what I'm saying about, you know what I'm saying, doing the feeder program. I think he's the first one to say it when he was doing that dual camp. But I'm not with it. As hard as our coaches are working to get these players in, I want them to stay here. They're tenured, and you know what I'm saying, and beyond, if possible. I mean, why not? You know, because
you want them to get their degree, man.
Yes.
You don't want to be no feeder program. You're going to send your APR to the toilet, because if these kids leave your program in the middle of their damn curriculum, it is a school first. You still got to get your work done. You said this last show, TD. You got to go to class, man. You got to get that paperwork. Like you got kids out here, man, that are using college to get master's degrees, bro. And some are even, I'm talking about for real.
You need
so my point is that what's wrong with, okay, you want to call it feeder program, man, come get your degree, come stay with me, let me develop you. If I get 2 years out of you, but you was with me for 3-4 years, but you got a degree, you now have an alum of your university, and they may be able to go to another program and play whatever they want to do. But at the same time, I'm not doing that, man. It's like some folks want, just because they felt the premise of what he was trying to say, we're supposed to agree with that. Like, hell no, man. I'm not agreeing with that. Jackson State ain't no feeder program. It's not. We're not running a feeder operation. We're not doing that, man. We're not. This is what I would say, TD. The transfer portal has made high school recruits more available to us than ever. Take advantage of it, bro. You don't believe me? Mississippi Valley just signed a 3-star offensive lineman from Pasadena, California, 40 minutes from my house, bro. Oh, yeah. Mississippi Valley just did.
Sign who?
A 3-star offensive lineman from Pasadena, California. Oh, you can look at his page. He at one point he was a 4-star. But I'm talking about straight out of high school, bro. So this is what that tells me. If you get the right coaches on your staff and you scour the globe and you get your right contacts, right? And you recruit these kids the way you know how to recruit them, hey, man, make some shake, man. Make some shake. So I'm not even knocking them. I just don't understand that notion. I get it, man, with FCS, with HBCU, they're going to leave us, so we might as well sell it. Listen, man, that's a conversation you have, but that's like an off the record. We kind of understand what we dealing with, TD, but there is no way in the hell, bro, I'm finna go publicly say that to a recruit. This is what you do when you say that. This is what I was thinking about today. You know what else you're doing, TD, when you say that? You're planting a seed of doubt in the minds of the kids that may not want to leave. May like, damn, is that what I'm supposed to be doing? So now you're making me think, hell, we should be leaving. And shout out to Quincy Casey for coming out there, said JUCO, he said HBCUs are not JUCOs. Shout out to Quincy Casey, man. Once a tiger, always a tiger, man. I'm serious. He obviously took some offense to that. So what I'm saying is, that's why I keep trying to tell folks, if HBCUs get their stuff, let me say this. HBCUs can sell their culture. TD, tell me these kids don't love the JSU culture, bro. We've seen it with our own 2 eyes, man.
Coming in the door.
These kids are infatuated with the JSU culture because the coaches are doing a fantabulous job of pushing it. Man, we got all these media pages. We're working our ass off to keep our engagement up. We're working our butts off to keep our story relevant, to put stuff in your face, clicks, likes. The fans are inundating these players with love, and it's different. Everyone was saying, man, I got showered with love. We shower these kids so much with love that they like, man, I got to go to Jackson State, man. This is different. They got an FBS offer, TD, on Twitter with 67 likes, and they got a HBCU Jackson State with 400 likes. They like, God dang, Jackson State 400 likes, 330, 75 comments and retweets and shares, and it's like, damn, Jackson State, I got to go see what Jackson State all about.
I mean, Ken, let me say this too about that experience. Not only that, man, not only they loving that and shouting with love, and like I told them, I said, look, man, I said, we travel to the games too. I said, this is what we do. We support our schools. And then for those who want to come in and do the transfer thing and go FBS real quick, without staying there, getting their degrees, developing friendship and relationship, and then you don't go to the next level, which it is extremely hard to go to the pro level, period, from any school. And then you don't go, and now you're stuck in the wilderness, not knowing which way to go. And then you don't have a home really to go to. Now you want to jump on the back on the bandwagon to say, okay, well, hey, homecoming is coming here. This is where I'm going to go. I've talked to many people who went to other schools, and they end up coming right back to the culture to understand whether it's homecoming, and they say, hey, we don't get things like this. Once we're gone. They forget about us, and it's no longer existent. But when you come home to HBCU, which you have played, showed your labor, love,
man,
and heart here, it always will be. We will always say, "What up, Jesse? What's going on, man? You remember the touchdown that you caught? That you don't
family forever.
Family forever."
But you know what?
Not just a number. You're just not a number.
This is the other thing, bro. Most of these kids come from places. I don't run from these conversations because we can do better as a community. And seriously, if you come from a community where you don't see a lot of Black representation of unity and love, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but it's different when you get a Jackson State offer and you see your community inundating you. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about mad love. That is overwhelming for some of these young men because they haven't ever seen anything like that. We sat down with a young man today that said, look, man, I went Power 5. Mm-hmm. I got that experience. I want to finish my career at HBCU, man, because I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one that was like, you know what, I'm already committed. He wasn't like, I've seen enough.
Right.
I'm saying, listen, man, he ready to rock and roll. We was like, and this is different. And that's before they even saw the stadium. They ain't put the uniform on yet. But because of the way, and then too, again, I'm not going to say everything that the coaches do. I'm telling you guys, man, it's very impressive the way they recruit these kids. You get what I'm talking about? The way listen, man, these kids are treated. These kids treated like celebrities, man. When they pull up in, when they get off that plane, man, they got a sprinter. Look, man, I got off the plane just the other day, and hell, there was a sprinter outside that had a JSU logo on or something. I said, man, who? I'm looking like this. I said, who about to pull up? You know what I'm saying? This was last Friday when we, you know what I'm saying, we first got in to get ready to go, you know. But this is my point. That's different, bro. Had a driver outside waiting on the kids before they met with the coaches. The coaches meet with them at the hotel. That driver gonna pick them up, get them to their place. You see what I'm saying? Get them to their hotel, get them checked in, make sure they family good. Go feed them real good. Sit down and interview. Oh, we got Tiger Talk interview. Oh, we finna go over here to this spot. Then we're gonna have you on. Then a whole slew of just meet with the coaches. And it ain't no different than other school recruiting, but I'm just telling you, why not Jack State? Why not an HBCU? Why not why not level up and make your Your show, why not showcase your greatness? Because
It
we all
can.
got a story. All 107 do.
Hey,
All
man.
107 got a story to tell. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just telling y'all. I'm giving y'all a free game. I'm telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what Irv had to say. My dad told me during recruitment, always remember the community that always had your back when you lose. HBCUs has been there since day. Hey, man, Irv telling you like it is, man. I'm just trying to tell you now. So,
and Ken, that's
no, and I am gonna tell him KB11 because sometimes we need to hear it.
I can. That's that's another thing I was going to say. Even the young man we interviewed on what Friday or Saturday that had the hat on that was from Memphis said he never really heard of HBCUs. I mean, I think he said when Coach Prime put a bigger light on it, you know, he started looking into it and he decided, you know, saying that he want to come. And one thing about coming to HBCUs, definitely coming to Jackson State, playing for Jackson State and balling out to where you get put into another position where you go into different bowl games. When you have a channel like this, KC-1400 media group, you know, as well as Tiger Talk, who support you and follow you to the end. You know what I'm saying? One recruiter even said tonight, said, man, I never been interviewed before.
Yep.
You know, you getting interviewed on an entrance, you know.
Hey, how did I do? I said, bro, you did better than me.
I mean, and they spoke very well, but I mean, and that's what I told them. I said, don't stop there. I said, I said, we try to make it to every game. I said, we made it to every game this year. And I said, not only that, I said, you go to a bowl game. I said, we there too. You know, so it's supporting the love, man.
Man, there's a lot of people was waiting on Jackson State to get this mass exodus of players again at the end of this year. But we building a culture. We're building a program. Coach T.C. Taylor has laid a foundation, and his staff is building the program. And it's a testament to the fact. Now, we still got time for young men to hit the portal, but there ain't no mass exodus like that. We may get a few more, maybe, you know, but hell, we got a lot coming in. You know what I'm saying? He said, do they get to choose uniform? Yeah, they get some options. They do. Oh, yeah, they get to choose. We got several. Look, we get multiple uniforms every year. About to be like Oregon around this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? With all these different looks and flavors. Hey, y'all, the link, I dropped the link. The chat is open. We'll give y'all a little time to come on up if you want to chop it up with us or whatever y'all want to talk about or even revisit something that we said. Go ahead, TD.
And to elaborate a little bit on what Irv just said, same thing that I've said over and over and over on this channel, even before the portal opened up, you know, if kids making their decision, you know, their parents, you know, has to be a whomever their guardian is, has to sit down with them and let them see the world from a different angle. Sometimes when you're just looking into the light, you can't see what's going on the left or right side of it. And it takes someone else to pull you to the side and say, okay, look at it this way. So the fact that, you know, whomever you look up to, your parents have to play, or your guardians or your close relative, whomever respective, sometimes have to shed a different light on things for you. And the fact that Irv had his father and mother or whomever it was to give him that wisdom, because that's exactly what it was. It was wisdom that was, you know, saying that was shared to him. You know, I guess in the word of my boy KT Dub, old man was spitting game and he sucked it up. So that's what's up, man.
Damn, Giannis had 64 points, bro. Okay. Wow. Okay. I just so happened to look down. All right. No, that's good stuff. You're right, bro. Nothing but wisdom, man. Links open, y'all. Come on up, man. Y'all want to talk? Come on up, man. What's on your mind? We can talk about whatever. We can talk about the comment. We can talk about, is McNair leaving and going to Texas Southern? Recruiting, portal, second transfer waiver, whatever y'all got. Bring it on up. Anything else that I haven't touched on? We got men's and women's basketball coming up this weekend. I plan on being in Vegas on Saturday and Sunday to catch those games. Try to sit down with Coach Mo Williams and see if we can get some content for you guys. Celebration Bowl is Saturday. Um,
and let's not forget
it goes
that
how it goes.
and let's not forget the Lady Tigers are playing tomorrow in Starkville.
I was just about to say that next. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Let you take
they're playing the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And I really feel like they have a strong chance of winning this game. I will be there. I will be there. Shout out to Fanatics.
Oh yeah,
Ride with the Fanatics to the game.
And then we got the Boom. We got the Boom performing in Atlanta for this HBCU national championship, man. So got a lot going on right now, man. I tell you, it's I'm pretty sure the ladies are probably maybe they already up there. I think I'm not sure, but big game tomorrow. Let's go get that W, Coach Reed and staff and Lady Tigers. Let's go get that W, man. Let's go make it happen. What else was I thinking about? Someone asked, was a staff member leaving? Yes, Coach Quinn Billerman, his quarterbacks coach, is off to Austin P. He changed his profile on Twitter. He's now the co-offensive coordinator / quarterbacks coach for Austin P University. I don't know anything about if Daphne's okay or not. I still don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I wish we could have as well. Just wasn't able to pull it off. But what we can do is sit down with him after the fact. So yeah. It'll be good that way as well. Austin said he will be going to Stark Vegas tomorrow.
I'm not even asking who you pulling for, man. We're just gonna leave that anonymous.
I don't know, man. Somebody in the chat, I don't know if anything happened to Daphne. Something happened to Daphne. I don't know. Keep asking that.
I don't know, man, but it's a lot of excitement out there. And it's enough room for everybody to support, to give. I mean, you got a creative idea that can be supported, man. Come on with it.
Yep, he did day one. Yes, he did. He definitely landed a quarterback. I saw that. I sure did. So I tell y'all what, man, we'll keep this thing rolling for the next 20 minutes. We'll shut it down an hour and a half. Like I said, I got to get prepared to. We'll take it to the half hour mark, and man, it's just been a great trip, man. Got a lot of work done. Got another group coming in this weekend. Miracle Sports already replaced. Replacement was already on staff, so we rocking and rolling. We're still rolling. We already talked about Coach Gales coming in to be wide receiver coach / passing game coordinator. So he's going to pick up some of the slack because I think Coach Billerman was also passing game coordinator for us, along with quarterbacks coach. So we have a quarterbacks coach in place. We're going to stay. But I can't speak on any addition to staff because I'm not Coach TC Taylor. So whatever Coach Taylor decides to do, I think we're good in that area. I really do. Special teams coach, yes. He did mention that he plans on hiring a new special teams a special teams coach. Yes. I was thinking about that because a lot of folks are talking about looking at his record as a head coach, and I'm like, it's deeper than that. You don't know why some schools may be, it may be hard to win in some of those places. He got a head coaching job. I remember when Benedict hadn't won a game in years, and now look at Benedict. They bring football back, and now they on top of the world with the right coach and the right system. And then here we go, Chennisberry off to South Carolina State, and let's see what happens with them. But resources matter, man. You can have listen to what I'm saying. TD, you got a head coach. Experience is the greatest form. It's the greatest teacher. In our interview with Jashelle today, I also learned, like that it runs a long way, man. It runs a long way. Those relationships matter because you get another coach who was on staff, at North Carolina Central with Coach T.C. Taylor, along with Coach Bradley, Coach J.O., and all of those who have worked together. You get cohesion, you get camaraderie, and then you get a coach in there that can also help the head coach maybe see some things a little differently. If he sees something, say, hey, coach, maybe this might be a better suggestion. We tried da-da-da-da-da. Like, that stuff matters, man. You get what I'm saying? Even if you failed at a role, TD, and I go and be in that same role, man, there's a wealth of experience you can give me through conversation. Because you know what? A lot of times, knowing what not to do is almost better than knowing what to do. You get what I'm saying? Because if you can avoid the pitfalls, then you can kind of work on you got a little bit more better chance of having a good outcome, in my opinion.
Again, what I always wonder about the game of football, I mean sports, period. You can take a guy, whether it's a coach, whether it's a player, who's considered a bust in one spot and go somewhere and win a national championship or win the rushing title or receiving title somewhere else. Yep. So, I'm still, although I watch the game of football, I'm still learning a lot about the game of football because to me, football has always been the game of life. I mean, it teaches you every aspect of it, for being on time, to learning to, to being patient. But, I always wonder if you got a running back, Ken, or you got a quarterback on the team, and that person is a quarterback, but then the team is not excelling. And then you bring another person in who's a quarterback, the same title of the next man, or the running back, whomever, and then light up a spark. So I used to sit back and just wonder, okay, if you're a running back, you're a running back. But then had to start learning it was ability, it was system, it was the way that you use them, use different players. So man, that goes a long ways in the ability of what a person can do, man. As far as like I said, having a coach in the right spot, having a player in the right spot. He might not be good at running back. He might need to be a halfback or at the tight end. So the game is interesting, it's ever evolving, to me, learning the different ways and different plays on how things work, because a quarterback just isn't a quarterback. It has to be more to it than just throwing the ball or handing the ball off. It's quite interesting to me.
I mean, you're right, bro. You're right. And you can move them. I mean, but this is the thing, though. You look at. I consider position coaches specialists. You know what I mean? This is what they specialize in, or this is what they're asked or tasked to do. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, bro. You get in the right situation, hey man, it's gonna work. It can work, Somebody asked a question: is there anybody in there that wasn't with him at North Carolina Central? Yeah, a ton of coaches on the staff that weren't with him. But no, you're gonna start with who you trust and who you know and who you're familiar with, and you see do, So I like it, man. We got a really good staff, man, and a good roster.
I wouldn't care how long it works. You go get the whole staff, man.
Yeah, they would joke. Yes, indeed, man. But no, it's shaping out to be. But I didn't know that Jashelle was over there with them as well. That she told me today.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said the relationships matter, man. You have yeah. But Coach TC is a man that doesn't say a lot. He speaks. He acts more than he speaks, I would say. So trust is a big thing for him, and he went and got who he felt like he needed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with that. But yeah.
I made a checklist because I know we've been getting a lot of offensive players in different positions. So I went down the checklist, man, and I'm like, with the O-line being addressed as well as it is, and definitely got to see these players suit up and see what they do. I I I think they have addressed every position on the offense 2 or 3 times over.
Yeah.
There's no drop-offs.
Well, you had some positions that was very healthy already, so you didn't really see. The thing I think that the coaches wanted to do with this recruiting class, TD, is we wanted to do one. First and foremost, we wanted to get faster. That's the first thing. We absolutely have increased the speed of the team with the additions that we know. We got to see it all play out, though. And then the other thing, TD, we got a lot stronger and bigger up front. Man, I think the average height on our offensive line will be between 6'6", 6'7". That's the average O line. I would just say 6'6", the average. So, maybe 6'5", but it's definitely not 6'4". I mean, getting, Devin Love, a 3-star kid that was committed to. I mean, listen to what we're talking about, TD. We flipped the kid from San Diego State. San Diego State's going to the Pac-12, I think. No, Pac-12 is over with. Well, maybe, I don't know. Are they? Anyway, the hell with the conference. My point is, you look at the kids that we're signing. You look at a kid that commits to us that has several offers from Power 5 from a couple of Power 5 programs, but mainly some Group of Fives. So when you see that happen, you say, "Damn, we got a chance." The Mountain West, they are in the Mountain West. So I thought they were going to go to the Pac-12. It looked like the Pac-12 is pretty much over with. Starting quarterback 6'4", 6'5". So we'll be fine in that area. They're going to they're going to the Big 12. It's the Pac-2. What's up, Shaw?
What's up, kid? What's up? What's up, TD? What's happening?
You got it, boss, man.
Got it, brother.
Man, I just want to go back to what Mina said. I think he misspoke, first of all. Two, I think we could look at that a little bit of a different way. I think if we look at it as, okay, we have the Big 10, SEC, Big 12. Man, what's the fourth conference? I forgot what the fourth conference might be after those three. But if we look at you want mute
ACC.
Yeah, the ACC.
Yeah,
so
Big 10,
really
Big 10, Big 12, ACC, SEC.
Right. So we're talking about a Power 4 now, right?
Yep.
So now that puts every other conference on a level playing field. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like the highest attended MAC school, let's say, probably averaged 22,000 in attendance. So we looking at these classics in the SWAC and the MEAC that most classics average anywhere north of 30,000. So everything outside of the Power 4 is now a level playing field. So what can actually happen is the HBCU, SWAC, MEAC space can actually be the main attraction outside of the Power 4.
That is a fact.
But it's all about how everybody goes about it. We have to see what this Celebration Bowl looks like on Saturday. Are people still showing up? Does it still have that fabric? Yeah, do people still want to see that? So we can the brand, the HBCU football brand can still grow. And I think what Maynard was saying was hey, if you want to come get developed for a couple years, come on to A&M and we're gonna turn this thing up. Now, him saying that it was a JUCO was wrong because you still got guys that, are going to graduate 4 years. But in reality, anybody that balls out at the FCS level, not HBCU, the FCS or Group of 5 level, anybody that balls out is going to go. They're going to attempt to move up. So I just think it's a different way to look at it. A lot of people, I think, just took the shock value out of that and got kind of caught up in, anger or frustration because of the word JUCO, which refers to a 2-year associate's degree university, instead of really taking back and understanding what he was saying. Because in all honesty, most people that play at the FCS Group of 5 level, that ain't where they always wanted to go. If you ask any player and you really sit down and let them think about it, unless they want to lie to themselves, that wasn't the goal. The goal was to go play at LSU. It was to go play at, you know what I'm saying? Now, the goal was never to go play at USF either. The goal was never to go play at Austin P or anything else like that. So I really think that right now is an opportunity, since a lot of people are becoming aware. Right now is an opportunity to really turn this SWAC, MEAC, HBCU thing all the way up. But it's going to depend on a lot of other factors outside of what these coaches and players are doing. One last thing, and I'll shut up. I think even when you're looking at NIL type stuff, right? So I'm from the DC area. Back in the day, you had the Georgetown Hoyas, you had Alonzo Mourning, you had Allen Iverson, and all them boys. Man, the local DC guys was taking them in and putting them on to all types of different DC fashion, to where that DC fashion has become, it's a staple. We have a brand out here called Sabiato. Everybody from DC has some Sabiato. We got a brand called Shooters. We got a brand called Hobo. It's all within that same family, and is grown and is blown up to where, that's all you got to put on in DC. You straight. Everybody like, okay. And I know that there's others. I know there's something in Mississippi that's a Mississippi thing, that somebody got a brand out there. Man, push that on them players out there. And the players got to realize everybody ain't going to get a Louis NIL deal, no pun intended. Everybody's not going to get the Ferrari deal or whatever the case may be. I think that when you say growing that brand and growing that culture, we got to start putting into our own. Like, if you got a business, man, send them boys some merch.
Facts.
You might not get $1 out of it, but you're going to get some eyes because young boy lit, he balling.
Man, that's one of the things we really have been trying to push, is just really getting, our fans and supporters that have those types of businesses to really understand the advantages of this NIL game. You know what I mean? We got some brands here from a merch standpoint that's pretty strong. We have Reed Enterprise, Public Figure. But from a merch standpoint, but there's others that are doing big things as well. We're doing a little something in the merch game, but y'all get them likes up, by the way. I wanted to come up off this comment. We got a lot of people watching. Don't forget to like the stream. So if you haven't liked it, go ahead and hit that like button for us. I do want to go back to one of the things you did say. Like I said, you can't be in tune to college football and not understand what Coach was saying or trying to say. It was Coach Taylor, too. It wasn't Maynard. It was one of his assistants, one of his support staff, one of his staff members. I think it just was the fact that he said it out loud. You know what I mean? Because it just kind of creates that. And then, too, I get it, but you're absolutely right, though. The HBCUs that can really fully take advantage of this will be the ones that will be the most successful. I always said that, hell, we were always the bottom feeders. So us not getting broke off no real money ain't nothing new. We've been getting the scraplings and making do less with more. We were doing more with less. So with that being said, the ones that's really going to struggle, like you said, are going to be these Group of 5 or these other FCS, PWI programs that's going to get drowned out. We just saw North Dakota State head football coach. Man, he left. to take a linebacker's job at USC, bro. I wanted to get Blue's thought on that. I was like, damn. But I'm pretty sure he got paid more.
Well, I was about to say he probably getting paid as much as he was as a head coach.
Hell yeah, he is. You know what I'm saying? So he got broke off like a summer gun. But it's just, and then two, every coach is on different paths. You know, maybe he felt like he was going to stay on that path for a very long time, and he probably wasn't going to get a job that he really wanted, you know, or whatever. We don't know. But that got to be a hell of an offer for you to come and say, hey, I'm going to walk away from my program and I'm going to just come be your linebackers coach. But, hey, he did what he did. But, yeah, I just think the coaches that can work their programs, they can communicate that knowing that there will be some kids that will leave out. But it's not going to be as many as people think.
No.
Because a lot of these kids ain't really like that.
Exactly.
I think the thing about him saying it for me is I'm not going to set a precedent in your mind as to what. Now, I will say this, though. Let me play devil's advocate for a minute. Shit, if you got a 5-star, big-time 4-star kid that you can get for a year or two, why wouldn't you?
That's what I'm saying. Like for real, right? Travis Hunter's freshman year at Jackson State was his red shirt year.
Yep.
He redshirted. He redshirted a year with game experience. He rehabbed and played himself back into playing shape. So I think I'm telling you, it could be a wave of, you know, I'm not saying that the Travis Hunter is the extreme example, but, you know, kids in high school that might have been, you know, top players that wound up getting hurt and they need to come and rehab and get right. And I'm telling you, it's gonna draw people in. You're gonna love them kids for that year. You're gonna love them.
It's a strategy, but it's not
it's not sustainable.
It's a strategy. It's a recruiting strategy, but it's not a public outcry pitch.
Okay,
use it, but don't banner that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what people are saying. Like, damn, bro, we don't really get the cash. We don't have the cachet or the luxury of putting that out there like that. We've said it on several occasions. Zoe has said it several times on the show that what's going to happen is basically FCS schools are going to be treated like JUCOs. We've said that. So when a FCS HBCU coach goes out and say it, yeah, he's saying the same thing, but it was like different. It just sounds differently when you put it out there like that. So two things can be true at the same time, meaning, and I say this to you go, you can be telling the truth and you can also not need to say it. So I think that's kind of where we was kind of stuck in between that. Now, hey, if it works, let me say this and I shut up. If it works and he land his big time fucking recruit for a couple seasons, we all gonna be like, well, damn, maybe we should. You get what I'm saying? So let's see what happens.
Hey, again, don't forget to hit the like button, everyone. Hey, Shaw, I want to ask you this question, man, because we talk about these different divisions and levels of schools to play sports in, especially mainly football. But you have a lot of kids out there that may be in small town, small area, who hadn't heard of over half of the colleges that have football teams. And so all they know are the schools that they see on television. So what would you say to a player, Shaw, that has the potential to play, you know, pretty much just say Power 5, but they're not familiar. Might not even have a major in mind. Might not even, you know, really thought they had a chance to go to college. And now they have the potential and all these people coming at them. How would you approach them about making that decision?
You saying they're getting Power 5 looks, or yes, are you saying that they're overlooked?
Yeah, well, you have a lot of kids that really can play football who's not familiar with the college landscape, period. At all.
I would tell them, and I would tell their parents to take their time and to go visit every single school, build a relationship with whatever coach that they talking to, and read between all the bullshit. Because a lot of people going to sell you wolf tickets. A lot of people going to tell you is pee down your leg and tell you that it's raining. You got to be able to decipher through that. And I would just tell them, to make sure that it's a place that you're comfortable and a place that you should succeed. It's certain questions that you should be asking. If you go on a visit and don't ask a question about how you fit into the system or anything like that, then you a fool.
Because I know of a few players, and we all know a few players who really didn't have that knowledge, Shaw, and they went to these bigger schools and got lost in the shuffle.
Happens all the time.
It happens. It happens. It happens. Like for
That's why you
instance,
keep
most
them damn
times,
relationships, and then guess what? When they flush out through the portal, we coming for you on the back end.
most D1 programs, right? They sign about 20 to 25 kids per class. How many of those kids do you think finish after 4 years? Probably less than 10. Like for instance, my signing class, we had 22 of us. Six of us graduated.
Wow.
Like 10 of us was gone before the first semester of the next year, whether it be because of your grades or you homesick, whatever the case may be. So like it ain't, most of the time it ain't like I find my home. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's harder to stay than it is to get there.
Man, I just think that in this era of this transfer portal era, there's going to be a lot of slippage of talent, TD. Having a good eye for talent, a good scouting system, and a good recruiting system in place, you'll be able to get a lot of top tier high school talent, because just a lot of them are just going to slip through the cracks, man, because of the portal. I mean, and to the point that the coach made, there's going to be a lot of points, because I think that's the underlying story. There is a great collection of high school talent that's going to get overlooked because of D1 bounce backs and transfer portal.
I can't highlight what Justin said right there real quick. That's exactly what I was saying.
Most players don't know about recruiting until they go through it. Okay,
that's a fact. But that's what you have. This is what these high school coaches should be doing. This is what these trainers should be doing. Now it don't happen for everybody, and that's why you get these kids in these types of predicaments that they be in. They wind up going somewhere and realizing, damn, this coach told me this, but it's that. Because a lot of times, again, it's a money game. A lot of times these coaches, these high school coaches and trainers and handlers or whatever, they getting something on the back end when they send somebody somewhere. Especially if you talk about these P5 programs. Like I told y'all before, they giving out money to go on a visit. The official visit, people is getting $5,000-$10,000 to go on a free recruiting trip.
Man, I'm trying to take every visit I could get.
I'm telling you.
Straight up. And then we got kids that a kid can commit and still try to take a visit, because they like, look, man, I'm going to get flued out. I'm going to get wine and dine. I'm going to get meals on top of meals. You know what I'm saying? I get to enjoy the process. I ain't hating. Go do it. But you still got to pick a school, and you got to get on the field, and you got to play.
And then another point that Justin has made there, to what you were saying, Shaw. I mean, when you go to a lot of these schools, who barely have enough coach. I mean, they have one coach coaching two and three areas, man.
Yeah, that's a school I'm not going to.
No, I'm talking about just like high school. A lot of your good players and stuff, that come from these smaller schools, smaller areas, man. They don't have a wide coaching staff, a range of coaching staff. You just have one coach for the quarterback and one coach for the DBs, man. You have one coach coaching. You might have, a total of 5 or 6 coaches on the staff, So, I mean, and so far as them being enlightened on what they need to do, they don't know.
You gotta play ball, and like they say, man, you gotta want to be great more than you want to have that clout to be recognized.
That's facts.
Because if you great, all the other stuff come with it. So you gotta keep the main thing, and you gotta. If I'm at school to ball, I'm here to ball. You can't get caught up in all the other stuff. It's easy to get caught up in the extra stuff because as soon as you get on campus and you get the little bag tag on your book bag, the world is yours. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people get lost into that. A lot of people, get a big head, and a lot of people. That's when people get misconstrued, and you get these things talking about people just happy to have a jersey on. Because at these schools, man, if you got a jersey on, you the man on campus. You think the Qs and the alphas is lit.
Hey, you know what? And the last thing I would say about that, and I'll be good done with it. But you have a lot of these kids that even that transfer. I mean, they go to these bigger schools, and they find themselves third and fourth and fifth, sometime on the depth chart. You know, say instead of just staying there, being a part of or saying that you got a certain name, but that you attend a certain program and not even seeing the field, just being on the practice team. I mean, learn better and go ahead on and transfer somewhere else where you can get some playing time. I don't think being on the team, holding down the spot, and you know that you're not going to ever touch the field just to say that you're a part of something. I don't want to be a part of something that bad. And that's not only football. That could be anything else. I'm not going to sacrifice a lot of, principles, morals, and values just to say I'm a part of something.
Good stuff, man. Rochelle, hey sis, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
I these people are drag racing on the freeway. That's what my God give me traveling grace. I had to come on. I'm just leaving choir rehearsal, but I had to come on to say thank you for everyone that donated on Monday. I didn't want to just not show up, but by the time I get home, you guys are probably going to be off. So I'm going to I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to come in and say thank you. And I also wanted to say something about, I was listening to you guys about the kids. Okay. I'm sorry. But what I wanted to say is that and this could be to the parents that's out here that may be listening to this, that sometimes it's the parents who are forcing these children into the portal because the parents are living their dreams through their kids. And some of these kids may not even want to transfer because some of them know a lot of these kids may not be able to go pro, but they can get an education. Like these young men are hitting it hard that they got a master's, they got a bachelor's and a master's, and they're debt free. Come on. I mean, so to the parents out there that may be listening, quit living your lives through your babies.
Michelle?
And let them play where they want to play, because in the end, they're the ones that need to be happy. And when parents do this because they're trying to get to the pro, because especially these fathers, they didn't make it, and they're living their lives through their children, and it can affect those babies, and they don't want to let you down. But what's the point of going to a school where you don't even get any playing time? So let these kids play the sport that they love at the school that they want, and let them be happy. And parents, some of y'all need to back off and let these babies live their own life, because you can't live your life through your children. Okay, I'm done speaking.
No, I tell you, that's definitely a factor. That's been going on since the beginning of time with athletics, and that's not going to change anytime soon, especially with this money involved in it.
Hey kid, I had a receiver who was coaching, right?
Yep.
And he didn't play for the high school team that I coach at. And he dropped the pass in the game, and we took him out the game, and he didn't get back in. His father came up to us at the end of the game and said he was taking his son to IMG. I started rolling.
I could go somewhere with that, but I'm gonna just yeah.
Oh man, Miss Rochelle just made me think about that, because I was like, man, you is not playing. Oh man,
you got these helicopter parents, man, that just hover over their kids, man, and just That's a great point, but I will say this though, there are a lot of kids that can get some serious money in college. They may not even make it to the pros, but they can get broke off in college. And, if they can walk away, Rochelle, like you said, with a college degree, 2 of them, with a big old bag and no debt and money. Hey man, some of these kids are gonna take advantage of this college athletics, and they're gonna make a great life for themselves.
For sure. If Caleb Williams and the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans walk into a room, who you think will get recognized first?
Caleb Williams.
You see, if Angel Reese and the best WNBA basketball player walk in the room, who gonna get recognized first?
Angel Reese, Bayou Barbie.
So this is where it's going at these days.
I mean, college is you're gonna have these professional college kids, man. I can't knock it. I can't knock it. I was thinking about that. I said, shucks, man. If I was playing college ball this time, I'd be trying to get me a bag. I sure would. But now at the same time, education is still gonna be primary. But you're gonna look at the best situation. But like I said, even with that, everybody ain't getting a bag though. There's a lot of kids that just their bag is gonna come from them getting on the field and actually trying to get to a professional level, because everybody don't have bags to give. That's just for a select. That's for the top of the that's for the cream.
The top 3%.
But you know what, Ken? It may have been my downfall. I don't cease and think it, but I've always been with loyalty. You know what I'm saying? If I commit to something, I know to roll with it. I mean, I've been in situations at time where the grass may have been greener on the other side, but being true to the game and true to what I do, I rock with what I was doing.
Yep. We do it all the time, even in the professional arena.
Yeah.
You stay at certain jobs but these kids aren't really there yet. I mean, they're playing the sport, and then 2, they're going to look at the circumstances. Shaw, let me get your thoughts on this, man. This second year, if they can pass this thing where you got a second year waiver, man, what's your thoughts on how that's going to affect things even more so? Because I think it's going to be kids going to be hitting the portal every year, like the same.
Yes, I'm going to hit 4 schools in 4 years. I'm going to be a rolling stone.
Really? I'm talking about from coast to coast. Yeah,
from coast to coast. I'm gonna spend a year up north. I'm gonna spend a year in the south, a year in Texas, and a year on the West Coast.
Yep.
Especially if I'm him. Are you crazy?
Man,
but they need to rein that in though, man.
I played in all 4 other leagues. I'm him, and I'm him.
I'm him. But I got a question for you. I ain't gonna say his name, but what do you feel about the young man who cried wolf?
That's a great question, man. I got multiple things for him. So I was talking to someone today about that. I used to watch the show, right? I used to watch the show, the YouTube show with Shador when he was at Trinity, and I used to watch the show that Dion had. I forgot what it was called, but anyway, I think it's Dion's Family Playbook or something like that. I was a big fan of that, and I knew of the young man because I remember him going to Trinity Christian, and he was with them or whatnot. When Dion when Coach Prime came to Jackson, and he wanted to come here, and he allowed him to come to Jackson State as a walk-on. I don't recall him getting a scholarship or anything like that. As a matter of fact, he was never on the practice squad or anything like that. He was never. I think he was allowed to come as a student and was going to be given the opportunity to try out. So a lot of people think he was with the team. He was on Jackson State's team. He got on the team. He did eventually got on the team. He walked on, and he was with the team. What he described on the internet actually happened. I just thought that it was real. It was strange to me that a year later. And I was like, is he commemorating the thing? And then we had that conversation. I was like, man, you have to think about the family. And the way he kind of conveyed it was like, as if he was trying to like share his truth. And then he was like, yeah, a bunch of people jump in my DM. I guess this is what happened when you expose, when the truth comes out, as if there was some type of cover up. There was no cover up. It was on the national news. A young man lost his life because, I guess the roommates got into it and that happened, right? It was a very, very, very unfortunate event that occurred. It was a dark day on the campus, man. And it's something that we all, hate to see happen. I question why it came up the way that it did. I felt like, man, this is just me. You can feel how you want to feel about me, but I'm just saying, like, it just felt like he was kind of coerced to do that in a sense. That like there was a reasoning behind why he would go publicly with that. I almost felt like it felt like it was some type of dare or initiation or something, because it didn't make sense with the time frame. It didn't make sense with the context. Then he goes out there and he's basically saying he's committed. So,
yep,
Gunner was at Jackson State. Coach Gunner was on the staff. He was the O-line, and he was a offensive analyst and worked with O-lines with Marcusson. Gunner came out and was like, this dude ain't got no offer. Like, he's never been offered. He's not coming to Colorado. That tells me multiple things, in my opinion. I think there's two things that's happening right now. Number one, he does need to get help. That's my honest opinion, because there is something going on mentally. And two, I feel like there's a rejection / abandonment thing that's kind of happened. And I think that this young man who was he was around Deion, he was around Shador in high school. He wanted to be there with them. And then he wanted to be there with them, and he came to Jackson. He was allowed to come to Jackson. But when Deion left and went to Colorado and he leveled up, everybody couldn't go. And there's a lot of kids who came from that program that came here. We still got two of them, Mari Matthews. We still got Desmond Moultrie. You know what I mean? So, and thankful to them, thanks be to goodness, they still find Jackson State as a home.
Did Kobe play there too?
Kobe Paul. Kobe Paul is the third, if I forget anyone. So you got three kids that stayed and found themselves, made Jackson State a home, and they made the best out of the situation. Thanks, Jency. But this is my point, though. To me, it feels like a kid that it's obvious he feels left behind, man. And he really wants to be where he's at, so much so that he kind of feigned he created a false reality, man, that he wanted to live in. And that's scary, bro, when you go out there publicly and you create a false name. And it was almost like he mirrored this Deion mantra thing, where it's like, shit on Jackson State and maybe they'll love me and they'll embrace me and all that type of thing. And only to be publicly the door slammed on you and saying, bro, whoa. That's different, bro. That's like you see these broken-hearted women and the joker you show up at home and your ex is in your kitchen cooking, talking about, she's making dinner, and you like, whoa. You get what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? How do you get in my apartment? It's like, no, babe, what do you mean? That's kind of some of that stuff going on. You almost somebody got to get a hold of the young man, because now he's dealing with public shame, because now he's called out publicly by the offensive line, one of the offensive line coaches from the program, saying this dude ain't coming here. He ain't never been offered. He's not a student. He's not coming. So your lie has been exposed, not just exposed, but it's been exposed publicly. Now the people you shitted on are taking your pain now. Now they're laughing at you because you just laughed at our pain. So now you're getting back, and it's a sad situation, man. I don't really get into that type of stuff, man, because I really feel like the young man really needs to sit down and talk to somebody, man, because he's really dealing with some trauma it really just feel like that man is left behind, and it's kind of a sad reality for him. He want to be there so bad that he's feigned. That man said, I'm coming. It was so good. It looked like, you remember that doctor, that little young black doctor who faked like he was a doctor? You know what I'm saying? And he had Hayes Fawcett with all the new transfers, had his photo on there. And it was like, damn, this dude done literally feigned and created a whole reality that don't exist. It's scary, man. And it all played out publicly for him, and he's still not going to get to be where he really obviously clearly wanted to be. That young man wants to be in Colorado at all costs, and Deion them said, nope, no can do we, no thank you, not going to do it. And hey, listen, it's nasty work, man, but it's crazy. I feel my heart goes out to the young man because I don't think the young man is operating. It was like that young lady who the Carly Russell type situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest, bro.
No.
So wow. I'm gonna be quiet because I that's my take on it. I know Rochelle just dying again here. Rochelle, you gotta be relaxed now. Don't it's the acrimony style. Yeah. So
no, it's two. I see it in two ways because when I was reading it and when I saw what the young man did, and I think I put I'm really concerned. I'm concerned for two reasons. I agree with everything that you're saying, Ken, but at the same time, I'm just praying that no one manipulated that young man because he was so vulnerable. Because for him to actually, if you look at his post, it'll be different if he did not tag them. So, yeah, you can say that delusional part. I can agree with you. But, like, that young man really believed that, and I'm hoping that someone, because even like you said, how the post was, like right after the post was done, then he came out with that. So I'm hoping and praying that someone did not manipulate that young man.
I don't think nobody manipulated
I
him.
hope someone did not manipulate him to do that, and then he gets shamed. Because now my heart is going out is that if someone manipulated that young man to do that, and now you're right, he is shamed on a national level, and if he's not emotionally stable, some things can happen to him that won't be nice because the internet is not your friend, and you can say some things. And if he is really if he is that young man that's not mentally there, then now I'm worried more about what his thoughts about taking his life because that was a horrible thing. Wherever that young man goes, if people are following this, yeah, you was a young man who lied to talk about, that can bear a lot. So I'm looking at it both ways. I'm like, he's not stable because that was concerning. That's delusional. But then I'm wondering because he's so vulnerable, did anybody coerce him into doing that to say, well, if you do this, then we got you. And either way of it is he got the short end of the stick both ways. That's all I got to say on that. But I am concerned for him. I am. I'm done.
GD?
I didn't understand it. The thought crossed my mind just like everyone else that he was I mean, I don't know. I thought he was going. I didn't understand it at all.
He was too?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I think Blue posted.
Ain't no way y'all thought that boy was going to no Colorado.
But you know what though?
What reason would I have not to?
Because he didn't play at Jackson State.
I thought he was going as a walk-on.
Yeah.
I thought he was going as a walk-on, like he was going to be able to enroll and just be with the team. I didn't think he was going, and I didn't think he was good enough to play. I really didn't. I didn't even think too much about it, bro. I saw it. I was like, all right, bro, just go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When the whatchamacallit came out, I didn't like that because my thing is this, bro, don't, just go do your thing, bro. You ain't got to shit on us. That's my whole thought process. Like, just go do your thing, but you don't have to shit on us in the process. That was my thing. So I didn't really put much thought into it until after the fact. But when I saw Coach Gunner come out and be like, he never got off, I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wow. That's when I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
Hey, Shaw, I mean, like Blue and several people has put it in the chat, man, that even On3 were reporting that. I mean, he sold it to that degree. I mean, and then the picture of he and the other 4 offensive linemen, man,
it looked like a Photoshop. And when I went back and looked at it, I was like,
it showed to know me, to understand me. I don't care. I care nothing about what goes on out there. Absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? No more other than the Broncos. Besides that, man, I don't care.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on it, bro? I'm gonna let you have the last word because we got to get out of here. What do you think about it, bro?
At first, I laughed. I looked at that post and I laughed for 25 minutes straight. At first. Then I took myself back and I said, man, this kid needs mental help. Because then I didn't see all the other stuff that he wrote, whatever the case may be, but based on what you tell me, he went through a traumatic experience. So now that just confirms that he needs help.
Yep.
But I don't think he ever spoke to anybody about going. And this happens a lot. I feel like there's a lot of kids that walk around lying about offers saying they committed somewhere. But I feel like since he's attached to, Deion Sanders, that it's got multiplied to a place that maybe he didn't even expect it to go. And yeah, man, that's crazy.
Hey, Sean, I'm
curious as to what Jensen think.
Hey, Sean, I will say this. I mean, you're saying a lot of players may be committed to something and you don't think they actually commit to it. I know one thing. They committed to Jackson State, you'll see them on Tiger Talk.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably somebody in Cleveland, Mississippi right now saying they going to Jackson State, and y'all ain't never heard of them.
Hey, let me say this about that. That has happened. That has happened more than you, not more than you may know. You know that this happens a lot, and you know what happens, bro? If I retweet something, man, the coaches are on it like that. Hey. I don't know who that kid is, man, but he ain't got no offer. Coach, hit us up in a minute. Look, that kid ain't got no offer. And we say, delete them. Don't retweet it. Leave that alone. And then everybody kind of back off of it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It happens all the time, man. So, but I just thought that the whole.
Then the tweet is still up. That's what's concerning to me.
It was the post prior to that,
though. It's still up, but it's still up.
What's still up?
Still up.
What's still up?
The whole, I'm not trying to throw you out under the bus thing, the whole thing?
No, the whole I'm committed.
Hey man, that man said he coming, man.
He coming somewhere. He coming somewhere.
Boy, that's funny.
Oh, he said.
But I'm with him though.
And kept going for nothing when he didn't when we didn't care, and about nothing he did after JSU. That's a good point. Then he bought the Play for Prime CU gear.
Dang, he was paying for gear at Jackson State, Jesse, so he didn't get no team issue. That's what you telling us?
Look, man.
Oh, Jesse's exposing it all tonight.
No, just at the end of the day, the man. I think he was trying to let them know he coming. They just didn't know. That man said, I'm what Denzel said, I'm leaving with something. He's like, I'm coming. Y'all gonna let me in that thing. So I don't know. I just thought that Prime was maybe doing him a solid. Like, hey man, I can get you up here. Maybe I didn't know what his grade situation was like. I was like, well, maybe it can be an academic situation. Maybe it can be kind of like a practice player. Some of these kids are okay with that. They just want to be. And I think a kid that's been in that situation, being around Deion like that, kind of got addicted to that lifestyle or that type of environment, and he just wanted it. He wanted it back so bad that he wanted to force himself into it, and he'll take anything just to be there. But to put them schools up there, it was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
I don't
bro.
think Bethune-Cookman offered him.
I was just about to say that. Now that we think about who is Tusculum or who?
Now that one might be legit, but I don't think Bethune offered him. I don't think so, man.
Hey, Sonic Boom, come on, man. That man said, I'm God damn. Woo, boy, y'all a tough crowd, man. Oh my God, man. Fake it till you make it. Why put up Tusculum? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good point.
Nah, we all laughing, watch him. He gonna be at he gonna go to Mississippi Valley and dominate one of these games, and everybody he gonna be laughing at all us. We're gonna be looking crazy.
You know what? If that happened, I'll be happy for the young man.
Right.
I don't wish no ill will, man. All I ever say is just, man, do what you got to do. You don't have to piss on us, man, just to get where you trying to go. It's not necessary. It's not a requirement. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is you get stung by that Twitter, that JSU Twitter bee, man. Because I'm telling you, just know when you go out there and you jump off that ledge, people waiting on you to go left for you, man.
But that's how I know he never talked to nobody, right? Because I feel like he was just going off of what he thought everybody else felt. But like all them other kids that left Jackson State, they were still showing love.
Man, that's true.
So it's like you couldn't have been talking to nobody because everybody else still showed. Man, Shiloh did the whole two-step in the end zone.
That man did the J5 dance, man. It's like that, bro. No, he's not going to Valley. My friend Ken stated that the Valley doesn't need those distractions. Yeah. No, man. We'll see what happens, man. But family, your boy got a 5:30 flight to catch, man. So all love to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. TD.
What's up, boss?
Good stuff, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good work, right, man. Everybody hit that like button. If you'd like to donate to the platform, hit that Cash App, PayPal, or the Zelle, or just become a channel member. Click the link to join. We love to have you, but be sure to hit that like button, man. We appreciate everybody for rocking with us tonight. We're going to go ahead and end this one. Be back on Friday with another dope show. We're going to go a little bit more in depth with recruiting. Hopefully, what we will do is we'll kind of highlight those that have committed thus far. So we still got to get them to signing day.
The signing day is
no, signing day is the 20th. It's probably, I think it's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep.
Okay.
Other than that, man, that's all I got. You got anything before we get out of this joint?
No, sir. Go to Tiger Talk. Watch the videos as they drop. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Go out and show those young men some love. They love when you show them love.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody, we appreciate y'all, man. As always, we'll see y'all back on Friday. As always, it's D.I. Love. Go Tigers, baby. Peace.
Go Tigers. Peace.